What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a little bit since I've recorded a video. The last video I recorded was when I roasted coffee and it cut out on me, which you have saw already because I most likely posted it. And it's going to be a little frustrating because I didn't get to record the whole roasting process because the video cut off. But this is the coffee here. It's not what we'll be reviewing today. We're going to give this one more week before we get into it. But I did roast it and bring 2 bags down to Virginia with me when when I was visiting my friends from Virginia. And we got to try out the flare and a hand grinder. I think it was the 1Z espresso, or whatever the heck it's called, the hand grinder. But even with it being less than 2 weeks from roast in the development phase, it was good. I'm going to leave it at that. Definitely a little surprising too, because there was something that we experienced that we never got with other coffee. So I'm assuming this should have a similar experience. So we'll definitely be experiencing that together. But for today's video, I will be reviewing local coffee roasted here in Philly. I needed to find a coffee shop to work out with my fiance and stumbled upon this coffee shop, who's also a roaster in Philly, in the area where my fiance needed to do something for work. And I was pretty impressed. It was a really nice coffee shop. The espresso I got was really good, and just a huge dining area where you can kind of sit down and pop your laptop open and work. And I really enjoyed it. And this is it here. Madis, I think it's pronounced, Madis Coffee. I picked up a Kenyan coffee from them. And if anyone follows Neil's channel, you know Kenyans have been phenomenal the last year. So I didn't get to try any Kenyan coffee in 2025. So I picked this up because I wanted to try it and see if we can get a similar experience to what Neil was experiencing. But really excited to try it. The price point wasn't too bad. It was 23 bucks. Roasted on the 28th, so we're only, what are we, the 18 days out from roast, so it's still pretty fresh. Actually really fresh. Washed coffee. I'm not looking at the tasting notes, but 3 varietals of coffee as well. SL34, SL28, and Ruiru. And it's a lighter roasted coffee. So excited to try this out. Have some updates that I'll bring up to you guys after the video is done, or the espresso tasting is done. But we will be doing an espresso on the Bambino using the burrata as usual, and we'll only be doing that today to dial in this coffee. So let's get to puck prepping and dive into today's video. Let's go. All right, this is it here. Let's pop this open and check out the bag. Here's the coffee. Let's see if we can get a smell. It smells very nice. Not a big fan of this type of bag. I don't think it's resealable, so that kind of sucks. So that means that we got to be flying through this bag on a daily basis. But let me get this all set up. So yeah, I have a bunch of updates, which is exciting. One is my groin is feeling better. It's not fully healed yet, but what's nice is kind of back into running to an extent, like with limitation. Today was my first run that I did since the last time I ran, which was last month. Oh, that's what I was afraid of. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this bag. I think just 3, right? Okay.
and ran today, and I felt good. I mean, we still have, we still have a little bit. Hold on. Wow, the smell is really, really nice. The fragrance on these. We're gonna go for 19. But let me get these poured out first, and I'll get some in my hand for you guys to look at. But yeah, fitness is good. I may be able to start getting some fitness videos back on the channel. I didn't get any for February because of my groin, and I was doing rehab exercises for the most part, and just didn't think that was going to be an exciting one for anyone to watch. Even though it would have been nice to kind of follow the whole journey, because people get injured all the time, you know, and it's something we deal with as athletes or fitness enthusiasts. So I guess I could have did that, but I didn't think that's not what I really wanted to do. Hold on, let me get some tape over here. So I could tape this down. So I will, with all that said, I will have some fitness stuff that I could post soon. Dang, this bag stinks. This bag stinks. Not a fan whatsoever. I mean, I should have used the scissor like I wanted to, but I didn't. So outside of the workout videos, I think I might do some gardening videos, especially with the spring pretty much right at our doorsteps. And I really want to dive a bit deeper into gardening this year. I had some success with tomatoes last year, and I want to get a little bit more out of my garden. You know, I mean, obviously I want to do it to save as much as we can on groceries, but just the fact that I can be able to provide food right from our backyard for us to eat is pretty rewarding in my opinion. So I'm excited to, I can't close this freaking box, but I'm excited to get that started. So that might be something I'll do with you guys, and I'll kind of introduce the stuff after the video to you guys, so you see what I have, what I plan on working with for this spring and summer. But let me show you the coffee just so you guys see it. This is it here. Really nice looking bean. Little on, I would say this is probably a medium roast. Ah, there, lost the bean. Freaking heck. All right, but let's get this in the grinder. I think for today's coffee, we're going to do 7. And I am going to purge the grinder a little bit because I used these beans this morning, and those are Robusta beans. They're super bitter, really strong and potent, caffeine and flavor wise. So I want to make sure I get a little bit of that off the burrs, so I don't get any into my cup. All right, we'll keep it right there. That should be good. So let's get a before and after. All right, that should be a good enough purge. Let's get this grinded up. And let's see where we're at. 18.3. What the? That's crazy. That's almost 1 whole gram lost. I bet you they're stuck to the burrs. I'm not even going to try. So we're going to work with that. 18.4, 18.3. Let me heat up the coffee, the Breville. I gotta also descale this Breville machine too. It could be something we do together, even though it's super straightforward. But for anyone who has never descaled their Breville espresso machine before, I can show you how easy it is, at least on the Bambino. Okay, 18.4. You know what? There's a little bit of freaking. I'm pretty confident that those other grinds are in here, and I may have to do this again. I really don't want to, but I get that fragrance from those Robusta beans. All right, let's keep pushing through. I'm most likely will have to make another shot after this one because of the grinds from the Robusta coffee getting into this. So I'm a little upset about that because I just need to get back to work over here. But I mean, we started, and I hate not finishing things that I start. So let me start flying through this with you guys. Oh my gosh. But yeah, Virginia was fun. I had my buddy actually brought his Flair 58 down, which was such an awesome experience and really showed the level of espresso that I literally am not experiencing at all. That Flair with that hand grinder is a whole different experience in terms of what you can get out of your espresso. I mean, the plus side to what worked in the Flair's favor also was we used my recently roasted coffee, so it's super fresh, and was going to pack a punch with flavor either way because of how fresh it was. But it literally just elevated the experience. Like I tried my friend's dark roasted coffee, or medium dark, I guess you could say, and the flavor notes that were pronounced in this cup of espresso was crazy. Like you were able to taste way more than what you can get on this machine. I mean, the benefits are there because everything is literally in your control. You control the water temperature. You control the espresso, the profile, the shot profile. Like you control all of that. And of course, just only ever experiencing the Flair through Neil. I always watch him do like he mainly does Slayer shots with it from what I remember. And that's what I tried to do. I did like a 20 to 25 second pre-infusion, let it sit, and then would gradually ramp it up to 8 bar and just pull the shot. And I feel like every time we did it, it came out tasting so good. So that definitely changed my mindset with getting a manual machine. I think I may settle on the Leylet Bianca just because of how much control you have with the machine, but still getting the benefits of a machine. But seeing what you could do with the manual machine and the cost working in your favor as a consumer, I was like, I don't know. Now I'm tossed up a bit. So we'll see. I mean, I'm not getting anything new for my coffee setup anytime soon, so there won't be anything new on this channel, at least for the next year. We have the portafilter in there. We are going to get the shot prepped. Get the auto drip timer on for espresso, and let's get up close and personal. Alright, we're going to go for a 45 gram shot. Let's go for 42 because, okay. It's a little fine, but it's a little fine. So we're going to have to redo it. So we'll have to do it to an 8. Come on, come through.
What I'm gonna do is, because I'm on a little bit of a time crunch, I'm going to prep the next shot off camera, and I'll get you guys into this position again for the next one. This is gonna be on the bitter side for sure, especially with the Robusta beans in there. It should be bitter, and it's most likely going to overpower the espresso. So we will have to do one more shot. Coloring is really nice though when you watch it come through. But we're at 15 seconds right now, 27 and a half. Wow. All right, so even though this was a manually pulled shot, using the manual settings or the manual mode with Breville, it also does have a cutoff. So I'm going to prep the next shot now, and then we'll check back in a little bit. All right, I got the second one prepped. 18.8 grams in. I'm sorry, 19 grams in, 18.8 out. Retention was much better. The overall fragrance was much better. So I think we're going to be set up for a good shot this time. Grinded it at the 8 setting as well. So let's see how this turns out. Yeah, a little quicker, a little too quick maybe. Let's see. 10 seconds in, 15 grams is actually pretty good. I like that much better. And we'll go for 45 out. 20 seconds, 30.5 grams. Stop it right there. So 31 seconds, 45.3. That's the much better shot right there. I am going to start with the second shot we pulled. Sorry, Apple Watch keeps going off because it just looks better. I want to start the palette off, I think, on the best side of things, and then try the bad shot and see. I'll let it cool down a little bit. I have a feeling that there may be some of that Robusta beans in here. It has that scent. There's not much going on aroma-wise. It's definitely mixed. Wow, I mean, there was some fruitiness that came in at the end. So I'm gonna let this cool down a little bit. And worst comes to worst, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna record more, a continuation of this in the morning, just so I don't make 4 espressos back to back over here. So I think while this is cooling down, I'm gonna intro you to my gardening stuff. So really quick, I have these seeds here that I'm going to throw into these little growing houses or whatever. But we have some beans, beans, cucumbers, I have pepper, I have Roma tomatoes that I gotta plant. I have some herbs as well. I have hold on. Why is it happening? I have a Thai sweet basil, parsley, marjoram, rosemary, cilantro that I'm gonna grow, and then I have gem lettuce, Jacinto kale, or dino kale. I have a butterhead for my salads, and then I have a flower mix to help bring more pollinators into my backyard. And I'm going to be using this soil to get everything started in here, and then transfer everything out to my garden in the backyard, while cutting in that soil into my topsoil. And the other thought there was I'm going to make another garden bed area along the back of my fence. So we'll do that together. Maybe I'll set up the tripod and just tear into the ground and prep it so I could till it, introduce that soil. And then when these sprouted and they're ready to be planted, I'll be able to use that whole entire area as well as the current garden bed section to get everything planted and grow for the season. But I think this cooled down a good amount of time, so let's see. Yeah, the scent is nice. So maybe there could be some of the Robusta beans in here, possible, but nowhere near as much as the first shot. It's very, what do I think? I feel like there's a toasted caramel taste to it. Before I got something really fruity. Now that it cooled down, I'm not getting it. Yeah, I guess you could say like I'm getting like that like brown butter, like an almond slash roasted nut taste. Not much else outside of that, and that definitely could be because I have a slight mix of coffee. I don't think so because I'm not getting any of the Robusta tasting notes in there. But looking at the tasting notes, we have dark chocolate, we have caramel, we have papaya, green apple, and black tea. I could see where dark chocolate comes in. I definitely get caramel for sure. Not really getting the papaya or green apple. Possible black tea, but I will do a follow-up video to this in the morning. So this will be continued on in the morning with a fresh grinded shot, and we'll compare and see. But I'm not going to rate this shot today. It'll be rated tomorrow. And just to compare, this is the dark coffee. This is the first one we pulled. Yeah, so this has the Robusta beans in here. It's way more bitter, way darker because it was too fine, so over extracted. But yeah, we're gonna stop here. I'll record more in the morning to do a follow up to this one, and then from there we'll get our rating for this coffee. So I'll see you guys in the morning. All right, this is the next morning, and we're gonna try to dial this in again. I wasn't too happy with how it came out yesterday, even with the adjustment we made in the dial up. Let's see if there's any difference today when we prepare the espresso. So let's do it. Okie dokes. Let's get this weighed up. We'll go back to the 8 setting. And let's hope this will work out this time. I feel like there was a moment yesterday where we tasted some fruitiness in it, but honestly, it was way more. It was way more on like the chocolatey, like more caramel side than anything else. So hopefully with today, we could get this dialed in right. Alright. Oh, I left the timer, auto drip timer on. Alright. We'll rock with that. 18.9. Hopefully there shouldn't be any coffee grounds this time around sitting in the machine from the other coffees, since the last 2 times we used a grinder. It was for this coffee specifically, so we should be good with that. God, I hate this bag. That would be one suggestion I would have for that company, for Madis, is get a little bit of a better bag. Okay.
18.9 going in. We're gonna do it at the 8th setting, and let's see what we got. Let's see, 18.9 in, 18.8 out. I'll take that. Yeah, it's definitely has like a dark roasted scent up front. You get like your deep bitter cacao. I feel like there's a little bit of toastiness in there as well. Not much on the fruit. Yeah, I'm gonna try to fly through this. Beautiful. All right, that's a good spot right there. Yeah, I got sick last week, and yesterday was the first day I felt like completely better with little to no congestion whatsoever, or like mucus. I mean, no, not congestion, because I felt fine. But the whole trip down in Virginia, I was dealing with this congestion and like just weakness. Like I was always tired. So every time I was trying to speak with people, I couldn't even talk because I had mucus just sitting in the back of my throat. It's gross. Let's see. Looks good. Okay. Let me bring you guys over for the shot. All right. Let's get you guys up close. Let's see how we could do this. Let me try that out. Whoa. 10 seconds, 15.8. Seconds, 29 grams. 30 seconds, 44.5. Wow, 45 on the dot. 32 seconds for the complete extraction time from first drip. Doesn't include pre-infusion, which we probably could assume that in total this was probably roughly a 35 to 36 second shot from pump from pre-infusion. We'll let it cool down a little bit, but it looks good. Came out good. Timing was nice. 45 grams from 18, let's say 18.8 grams. Let's just settle on that in case any other coffee fell out during the prep, which some did. So we'll say 18.8. So what is that? 36 and 16, 37.6, plus another 18, 45. So it should have been a little over 45, like maybe closer to 46. But maybe 47 grams for an extraction to do like a 2.25, I think it is. But I think 45 is fine. Yeah, it's so just tasting it now, like it does have like a cacao taste to it, like a dark cacao, raw chocolate,
It has caramel notes to it as well. But I feel like on the way down, like the aftertaste, there is a subtle like tropical fruit taste to it. Like it's subtle because of how powerful like the caramel is. I would say I feel like the caramel is like the main tasting note in this whole thing. But it's a good espresso, especially for it being. I feel like it's more of like a medium dark. Not really. Maybe it is more on the medium side. Just maybe the development time ratio was a little higher on this one. Because it doesn't have too much bitterness. Like like I guess in a way, I don't know. Maybe it does slightly. I guess so. I mean, you know who I could figure it out from the most is my brother. He's coming down to visit with his wife tomorrow for the weekend, and he only drinks like dark bitter espresso because that's what we grew up on. He never ventured out like me, so I could test it with him and see what he thinks. But if I were to judge this espresso and rate it on our scale, there's nothing bad about it. Like it's clean. Like there's no burnt taste to it. Like I did say, it's toasty, but like in a good way. So I'd give it. I mean I know like I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I think it's a solid espresso. I would not be upset with this at all. So yeah, I'm gonna say 7.5. It's good as it is. I'd be happy with this. I could see this being an espresso that a lot of coffee shops would serve to their customers. So yeah, not happy with it. I think what I'll end up doing is, yeah, as it cools down, you can get a little bit more fruity taste to it. It's very, very subtle, but it's enjoyable. But I think if I were to get milk, this would probably be like my milk-based coffee, or a coffee that I use for milk drinks, like a latte or a cortado or whatever. So yeah, that's going to be it. I'm going to end it there. I think for the next review, we're going to crack open my Guatemalan, try it out, and hopefully I could replicate what we experienced on the flare. Gonna doubt that, but we're gonna try it together. But that's gonna be it. I guess I could show you an update in regards to the seeds. I didn't film it. I wish I did, but it was so late last night, and I just wanted to fly through it. But I planted my seeds, not all of them, but in here I have our 3 tomatoes, I have broccoli, I have our peppers I think I look at them as bell peppers, but they're called something different. I think sweet California. I have, what else do I have? Rosemary in here. I have sweet Thai basil. And what else? I think there was one more. I don't remember. But they're all ready to go. So we're going to leave them in these domes for now. We're going to let the humidity build and try to get them to pop. Half the bags I had were dated 11/25, like November 2025, as a sell-by date. So I don't know if those are old, but I mean they are dried out seeds, so I'm sure I can get them to sprout. But I'll keep you guys tuned in to the progress with them, and hopefully I can get some of those planted outside. I think in the next video what I'll do is I'll show you guys the yard and what my thoughts are, and maybe I can film myself breaking into the dirt to prepare the garden bed with you guys after we have some espresso. So that's gonna be it. I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.